Alright, so you click this video because you've seen the thumbnail. You already know what I'm about to talk about. I'm Marcus C. Jones, so let's get right into this. So I really want to do a completely separate video talking about my disdain for The Rock. Maybe not disdain, but dislike for his actions. I'm going to get into it briefly, but this is all about the segment that him and Cody had this past Friday. I've been wanting to get my thoughts out, collecting all together, and I'm just like, I have to talk about this. So I wasn't shy. If you've seen my videos last year about what happened on kind of, this path after the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, I wasn't shy about my feelings toward what The Rock was doing. Actually, I want to say I got way more animated than I've ever gotten in any of my other videos. Simply because it really pissed me off. And it's one of those things where it has me looking at The Rock. Ever since, I want to say, the Black Adam incident with Warner Brothers. Not really incident, but everything that went on with Warner Brothers and the whole DCEU. And then him coming here. And, just that's a lot of stuff. I'm going to get into it into another video. I've had this kind of like dislike for The Rock. Not entirely. Like, not where I don't want to see him on TV. I wasn't enjoying what he was doing last year. I couldn't enjoy it to the fullest because of how I felt about, what he did and how he did it and everything else. And I could still go see a Rock movie. I still have my criticisms about that, but I would go see a Rock movie. I have no problem with that. I'm actually excited for his upcoming movie. I forgot what it's called, but he's playing an MMA fighter, and it looks like he's stepping outside of what he usually do. So I'm just kind of, I'm a little bit curious to that. I ain't gonna say excited, but curious for that movie. But when it comes to The Rock, I've had this theory. I don't know if I've said it in other videos, but I feel like The Rock just has to be liked. And you can look with all the stuff that he's been doing with Black Adam, bringing Superman back, even though it was not, permanent, bringing back Superman because that everybody wanted to do it, but basically he wanted to benefit him. But everything he was doing behind the scenes with Shazam and everything else, but it just seemed like he has to be liked. He does something fucked up and he has to correct it and get the fans, get the audience on his side. But it's like, you can't keep doing fucked up things and think that the fans are going to constantly be on your side. Just like last year, he thought coming in, shit didn't work out with Warner Brothers, taking over. I'm taking over WWE now. I can step into this and people are going to love me. And he got a rude awakening. I don't care what that documentary for WrestleMania said. This man, he did not make that call. I truly believe that with my whole soul. He did not make that call. Ari Emanuel, Triple H, everyone around him was telling him they need to shift back gears to Cody versus Roman. However it gets there, it needs to get there. And I feel like he did not want to be that character. But not to talk too much long into that, I feel like it's one of those things, he didn't want to be the final boss. And what he did at the Netflix Raw debut and what he did this past Friday on SmackDown truly shows it. Because The Rock, I don't know if Hollywood has gotten to his head, but it truly feels like this man is just all Hollywood. He's not the final boss Rock. He's Hollywood Rock. And I'm going to give you my instances for why I truly believe that, why it is the truth. It's because he goes in and out of kayfabe. And don't get me wrong, I know kayfabe is dead. It's not like it was back in the day. It can't be. But a lot of wrestlers nowadays know how to blur that line. We've had no problems with this person beefing with this person, but then like, damn, they at their wedding. Or they at their birthday party or something like that. And like certain times, people might pick it apart. But for the most part, us as fans, or the talent, the wrestlers know how to blur that line to where we can be a little bit outside on kayfabe and we can be a little bit outside on the shoot. The Rock seems like he doesn't know that. Because when the last time we saw him, he was still the final boss. I mean, as far as like after WrestleMania. And then toward the end of last year, he came out. I forgot what pay-per-view it was, but he did the throat slash and he counted to 3. Didn't know what that mean. And I said it before. I said it on my Raw when I was talking about that promo from Raw, that we're not going to know what the hell that means. We're not going to see anything of what he gave him the Monday after like WrestleMania. We're not going to see none of that. We're not going to see any of that. It's not going to get paid off because The Rock, he just comes in and does what he does. And so my whole thing was that The Rock comes out as Corporate Rock or Dwayne Johnson, chairman of the board or part of the board. I ain't chairman, but part of the board. But yet he tries to sneak back into the final boss. And that's what he did with the Raw on Netflix. And that's what he did SmackDown. This man came out dressed like the final boss music, but came to the ring like Dwayne Johnson. And then got to a point where he jumped into the character of the final boss and jumped back out. And then he jumps back in. And it's like, it's so confusing that this guy doesn't understand that it's like when you step into that ring, all kayfabe, unless it's something dramatic, like you got cancer, or like Roman Reigns did, or your career is ending, then you break kayfabe, shoot, be yourself, talk to the fans, blah blah blah. But when you're still a part of a storyline that's ongoing, it takes breaks here and there, but it still has to have a payoff, which I'm going to get into that. It's like you have to stay into character. And it's like he keeps going in and out of character. First he's Dwayne, then he's final boss. Dwayne, final boss. Dwayne, final boss. Constantly going like that. And I'm not the only one that feels this way. He came out like that. And then it's like, that's why when you watch the segment over, you hear the crowd booing, especially when he says about him and Cody being best friends after WrestleMania and all that stuff. And that's why everyone was booing. They wasn't booing because they don't want to see them happy and being friends and chummy. They were booing because it's like, okay, you came out as Dwayne, but we want to see the final boss. But yet you're trying to bleed this Dwayne into the final boss story and it doesn't fit. It's like, why are you going back and forth with Dwayne and the final boss? They don't fit together. Stay the final boss. That's all we need. Because even when he started singing the song, he sung it like he wanted, like, the crowd to sing in with him. He announced the Super Bowl not Super Bowl, but the WrestleMania is going to be at New Orleans next year and all that stuff. Came out as Dwayne Johnson. And then he jumped right back into the final boss. And it's like, what the fuck? That's why the crowd was booing. Because they want to see the final boss. They don't want to see Dwayne Johnson. You set up the final boss real good last year. They want to see a payoff. They don't want to see this whole kissy, awkward, bromance type stuff. They want to see some fighting. And you're giving them everything but that. And it's like you want to be brothers and all that stuff. And it's mind-blowing. The one thing that I can say that was kind of good from this promo, because I'm not going to just light it all up and call it trash, was the fact that it seemed like they might be going somewhere with it. With how it ended. I want you to be my champion. Maybe he's trying to be the whole Vince McMahon character. That's why he put out all the stuff that he is. He's the boss, he's this and that, and he wanted Cody to be his champion. Maybe that's where they're going with the story. As well as him saying, I don't want the championship, I want your soul. So maybe they're going something with that. What does that mean? I don't know. Hopefully we pay it off. Hopefully we get some answers, because so far you have not been giving us any fucking answers. All you've been doing was setting up things, coming in, doing random shit and dipping and coming back and forgetting what the fuck you did and just doing random shit and then dipping again. It's so fucking confusing. It really fucking is. And then I didn't check out the whole conference because honestly, I didn't even want to watch The Rock with a whole press conference. I don't know if it was just him. I didn't want to see him, but I seen bits and pieces of it while it was going on. And it dawned on me. And this is why I say The Rock, he's not the final boss. He's Hollywood Rock. He's more Hollywood Rock than he's ever been. Even from his last time being Hollywood Rock. He's Hollywood Rock now. That's who he is. He's not the final boss. He's Hollywood Rock. And this is why I say it. When you listen to him during the press conference, he sounds like he's talking about a road to a movie that he's in. He even mentioned himself as the final boss. Don't get me wrong. That's The Rock's whole shtick. He mentions himself. The Rock says, no, and I get that. But this is Dwayne Johnson during this press conference talking about the final boss character. And I believe he even said that. The final boss character. He said that shit. He talks about it, him and Cody and the rivalry, like it's a fucking movie that he's starring in. And it's like, bro, I've never been a wrestler. I've never stepped into a wrestling ring. I've never done any of this shit. But it's common sense that, like, when you step into that ring, kayfabe, be the character, sell the story. That's why the crowd was booing. You jump in and out from Dwayne Johnson to the final boss, and it makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense at all. You in the press conference talking about like the story like it's a fucking movie, and it's not. It's similarities, and I always say it is similarities, but there are some differences. Like I said, it's certain wrestlers that know how to blur that line between a work and a shoot. The Rock, as Hollywood as he is, doesn't know how to blur that fucking line. He doesn't know how to talk like a work, but also in the shoot, and vice versa. Even though it's the same, he doesn't know how to, it seems like he doesn't know how to fucking do that. It really does seem like he doesn't know how to do that. And that's why I'm not the only person that feels this way. That's why the crowd was booing. When they don't care about Mama Rhodes and Mama Rock getting along, taking pictures. They don't care about you drinking Terramata tequila and all. They don't care about that shit. They want to see the final boss because that's what you gave them and that's what was entertaining. That's what they want to see. They do not want to see Dwayne Johnson and Cody Runnels fucking like being best bros, having a bromance, talking about I want your soul. We don't want that shit. We want to see this happen. And one thing that kind of was so stupid that The Rock said, that Dwayne said, so stupid that Dwayne said, was that in the press conference he said that this is something that doesn't have to accumulate to a match. And like, I'm like, this guy is so frustrating. I truly don't understand how The Rock can look at this and be like, we're going to set all this up, but it's not going to accumulate to anything. What the? Do you think this is the DCEU? Do you think this is Black Adam and you're introducing Superman that is not going to accumulate to anything? We want to see this accumulate in a match. We want to see you fight each other. It don't even have to be for the title. We want to see this play out. Last year, that was the match out of like literally bad and good. Cody and Reigns thrown out. We wanted to see The Rock versus Cody. That's where it began to get good last year because that's where the tension was. Rollins and Reigns were in the background. It was Cody and The Rock up front and center. That's what they wanted to see. And it's like, you're saying that it doesn't have to accumulate. It never has to accumulate to a match. What the fuck are you talking about? I honestly feel that The Rock, when he comes out and makes these appearances, and he talks, he's not going off of a plan that Triple H and Ari Emanuel are putting together. He's literally taking bits and pieces and just doing his own thing. That's what I truly believe. He's doing his own fucking thing. He's not doing anything that's planned. Because it just doesn't make any sense. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if Triple H controlled everything, it would all make sense. I have my problems with Triple H's booking and everything that he's been doing, especially as of late. But at the same time, I feel I have more faith in Triple H than I do in The Rock. It got me thinking, like, is he trying to steal another WrestleMania? Is it going to be The Rock versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania? Is that what they're like loading up to? I don't know. This is what frustrates me. It's so fucking confusing. And this is adding on and piling on to my dislike for Dwayne Johnson, for The Rock, for the final boss, for Hollywood Rock. Because this man, he seems like he has no sense of what's going on how to do certain things. And it's really frustrating to see him on TV. That's why I can't fully enjoy The Rock. I don't know how y'all feel. Let me know. If y'all watch this video and y'all feel the same way I feel or different, let me know. Maybe it's me. Maybe because I can't fully enjoy The Rock being on TV, whether in kayfabe or not, or the shit that he's been doing lately where he's flipping, flopping like 20 times within a segment. I can't fully enjoy it because of all the shit that he's been doing. Behind the scenes, on screen, all that stuff. And I don't understand this. It keeps getting more and more confusing. And the thing is, I don't have faith that we're, like I said, going to get any resolution of any of the shit that he set up or anything that's being set up right now. Now, I could be proven wrong. This could end up being something like really major and really fucking good, but I don't think so. Even if it is good, it's going to have a lot of plot holes and a lot of shit that like probably could have been better had The Rock not just been going and doing whatever the fuck he want to do. But it's just, it's so fucking confusing. So confusing. It's like Rock, pick a lane. Or Dwayne Johnson, pick a lane. Either you're going to be The Rock, Final Balls, Hollywood Rock, whatever the fuck that is. Either you're going to be the gimmick or you're not. If you're not, throw it away. Like, if you're not going to be the gimmick, let Triple H come out and make those announcements. Let Cody Rhodes, John Cena, somebody else come out and make those announcements. You have two GMs, Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. They could come out and make the announcements for WrestleMania, where it's going to be next year, the Royal Rumble, where it's going to be next year, SummerSlam, where it's going to be next year, and all that. Like, they could come out and make those announcements. You just come out and worry about the storyline between you and Cody. Either that, or you just say, fuck it. I'm just about to come out and be Dwayne Johnson. And just announce shit and dip off. Because at this point, I don't care to see The fucking Rock. I really don't. Like, I really wanted to see the match between him and Cody. Honestly, right now, I really don't. I don't want to see the match between him and Reigns. I don't care for him. He could announce that he's retiring today, and I would be like, yes, good. Just stay off of TV. Maybe come out every now and then, announce this shit, and just dip. That's all we need. But it's like it's getting old very quick. And I feel like he's going to turn a lot of the fans off. I know a lot of them has been turned off, but it's going to get more and more worse. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. I know it's been a long video. I've been trying to put out shorter videos, 10 minutes or less or whatnot, but I just had a lot to say about this. This has been really frustrating. And like I said, I'm gonna put out another video. I don't know when it's gonna come out about, you know, my real why I really don't like The Rock or Dwayne Johnson. Let's put it like that. And why I have these like hard feelings, or you know, why I just have these feelings toward him that's just so negative. But those are just my thoughts. If you agree, go ahead and give me a like and do all the stuff that you know you normally do if you like this video. And I will catch you guys on the next one. So peace out.